Alright guys, today we have a video over my big bait box. It's kind of got a glare to it. So this isn't all just swim baits per se, but it's stuff I'd probably just throw on my swim baits or my bigger style baits. We'll go ahead and start off with my glide bait, hard bait section. So I've got a couple of these actually. These are the Savage Gear glide baits. I think they're in like Warden color or something like that. They're not too expensive. I think you can get them for $13 or $14 generally. Field and Streams generally carries them. I haven't actually caught anything on them, but I've had a few bites on this one here.
It's kind of tore from the tail.
Yeah, it's kind of torn up. There's a little bit of a rash going on to that paint stuff. The next thing we'll talk about is it's called the BD shad. It goes off of the bull shad. I'm sure you guys know what that is. I decided to pick this one up over the bull shad at first because it's half the price, and I could kind of see how I liked it, see if the fish really liked the style of action. The one thing I will say I like about it, it's got that magnet system in it, so it holds this nice hook down here. And this hook is actually unique, if you guys can see that. It's a treble hook, but it's a really weird shape to it so that it fits on that belly really nice and flat and stuff. Good hookup ratio. These baits you probably have already seen in the Tackle Warehouse unboxing. We've got a S-Waver and 120 and baby bass. Then we've got the Onimasu in salmon. It's a 7.5-inch bait. Then we've got a 168 in light trout. And then we've also got a 168 in the bluegill. So that's all of the hard glide baits, per se. And I may not go through all of the baits in the box just because a lot of them I really kind of don't use. They're just kind of like swim bait style baits. That's not going to close, is it? But we'll see. Next thing up is the big boom booms. I have two colors. I have three total, but I have two different colors. I have this one here, and then I have this one as well. These are, I believe, 6 inches. They're about an ounce and a half or so, ounce and a quarter. And then I've got that on that 10-aught owner beast hook with the ½ ounce weight on the bottom. So I've got those, and then this came in mystery tackle box. I don't really know how this thing's gonna do. This is it's about a 5-inch bait right here. It's got a big jig hook to it. The eyelid on it wasn't very good. I had to actually seal that up myself. I took pliers and crimped it off, basically. So we'll see how that does. And then, of course, you got your live target. This is in the gizzard shad pattern, which we have a lot of. It's a little small to match a gizzard shad, so it's really more like a thread fin. Next, I have the little Savage Gear bluegill. This is the 4-inch size. Nothing too crazy. I thought it might do good on beds, but I never really got an opportunity to try it. Then I bought this off Tackle Warehouse before we went to Hilton Head just as a joke. It was $3. It's like a cheap little bluegill swim bait thing. It's got a belly rig treble hook on it with a nice little slot and stuff. So that might get use on a bed or something. And then I've got a couple of the I think these are Yums. A couple of the three hook umbrella rigs. Here we can only have 3 hooks, so when I first got them I was like, well, I should get 3 hooks rather than a 5, but I think I like the 5s better, so I'll probably end up buying one of them. And then we'll save that one for last. That was kind of unique. Then I just got these both came in mystery tackle box. You got a Sebile Magic, I think it's Magic Shiner. And then you have this little, I think it's Cannon, little jointed swim bait. Nothing crazy there. Next baits that we got in here, I store my my double plopper in here along with my my 130 size plopper. So there's the double plopper that came in mystery tackle box. Then I've got my 130 black whopper plopper. That's the black loon color. I actually found that bait at our local lake, and then I've got my little spur rat in here. I believe this is the 50 size. It's either the 30 or the 50 size. I really like this bait though. I need to throw it more. I haven't thrown it in a while. Then I also carry in here I like to carry these in here because they have this little thicker case. These are the Toad double rig owner hooks. They have a nice twist lock on them, so I really like them. So I just try to keep them in this little case. They stay by themselves. It also holds my extra tails in there. I got an S-Waver tail and then another little tail for another bait. And then with those, I just keep my little rivets that I just got recently. I keep those in here. And then the last thing I keep in here, actually there's a couple other little things here, I guess. I keep my hooks in here. So there's the 10-aught owner beast hooks, and then in the other pack, I keep the 10-aught owner beast hooks along with a couple of the 7-aught mustad. So there's the 7-aught mustad compared to the 10-aught beast hook. So it's definitely a little bit bigger. It's got a bigger gap to it, so the bigger baits work a little better on it. I keep my mended in here, as you guys can see, and then the last thing that I keep in here, which we actually started trying to paint baits ourselves. Not this past winter.
The winter in between 2016 and 2017.
Yeah. So I picked this little swim bait up. I think it was only like $2 or $3. This little jointed swim bait has one treble hook spot on it, and then I ended up doing like this little bass pattern. It turned out okay. It's got an okay clear coat on it and stuff. We were still learning at the time. I think we've only done like 10 or 15 baits probably. So we were definitely still learning at the time, but it turned out okay. It got some eyes in there sealed in and stuff. So I might try to catch one on that this year. We'll have to see. But it's more of just like a novelty item for me. But that's all I carry around in my big bait box. There should be a couple more. I don't have my HUD in here. It's actually tied on my swim bait rod currently because it's winter time. But that would go in here, and then I think there's going to be a couple more HUDs potentially getting bought. So those will go in here and stuff. But that's what I carry in my big swim bait box. I hope you guys enjoyed this little insight into my box. We'll go ahead and catch you guys next time.